Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Christine. Today we are doing an updated 10-minute makeup routine. I also have to leave in 30 minutes, so this is perfect timing. So I'm actually going to like a holiday party event today, and I saw this on my TikTok page and I want to recreate it. I love the eye look. I'll pop it up on the screen. And I also wanted to play off of kind of like a glittery snow angel type of look. So we do have to get ready pretty fast. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. A portion of this video is actually sponsored by Dalba. This is the first spray serum, and this is a skincare in one facial mist. It does have 2 layers at first. Once you shake it up, it adds such a nice layer of hydration to the skin. So I'll show you. And I have really oily skin, but it has been really dry and cold lately, and I feel like something like this, dousing my skin, just helps my skin to hold in the hydration. I've actually used quite a bit of this. It's almost like a toner and serum combo in a spray. It's super easy to use once I'm done cleansing. It's just so easy to just spray this all over, and you can use it before makeup, before the rest of your skincare, or throughout the process. I'm gonna use it to set my face as well. It's very hydrating, great for all skin types, and it's also vegan, cruelty-free, makes my skin look amazing, and I feel like it really helps to lock in that moisture and prep my skin for the makeup. So, and then I do have a little bit of redness, so let's go ahead and cover that up. I'm also like slowly getting over a cold, so if I sound congested. Okay, so whenever I'm in a rush, I've been reaching for a bronzing stick to do my eyes. I just feel like it's a lot faster. And while we're getting ready today, I kind of wanted to continue my Q&A that I recently posted and talk about staying motivated, because at one point I was working a couple of jobs just to make enough money to live on my own and pay for rent, because as a student, if you're in school or even if you like just graduated, money is obviously like a big priority at the moment. One thing that helped me out a lot was listening to a lot of podcasts. I feel like I listen to a lot of Gary Vee, and if you've never listened to Gary Vee, definitely like just put it on in the background while you're getting ready, because his talks are so motivating. I don't know what his new content is like because I haven't listened to him in a long time, since I graduated college, but he always talked about taking advice from people that you look up to. If they're not living your dream life, why are you taking advice from them? That's something I really took to heart, because during college I started my kind of like career, I guess you could say, as a content creator, and I started posting on social media, but I feel like my family especially did not really take me seriously. My mom would always tell me like, why are you wasting time on YouTube? And I feel like it's the people that's closest to you that always have so much criticism. And the Gary Vee podcast really resonated with me, because obviously my parents wanted me to have job security, but to be honest, she wasn't living like the dream life that I wanted to live. So I feel like it was just like a really relatable piece of advice at the time. Oh wow, that actually is really pretty. This is the e.l.f. like little glitter thing. Obviously for a 10-minute makeup look, this is a little bit more advanced than I would normally do for the eyes. But the skin is pretty much going to be the same, so really don't have to do that much. Once I started posting more on social media and pursuing being a content creator more seriously, I feel like I also had a lot of friends that were kind of like judgmental. I remember I was working at Aritzia at the time, and I had a coworker, I think she was like my manager at the time, but we followed each other on Instagram. I remember when I first posted my first like YouTube lookbook, she like subtweeted me, but it was on Instagram, and she like made a story saying like, you don't even have good style, why are you posting lookbooks on YouTube? Almost like laughing indirectly at me without actually like adding me. I'd always have like judgmental people, you know. But I feel like it's also important, because it doesn't matter how successful you are, you're always gonna have people that have something to say. Like even today, I still get negative comments on my Instagram, but I don't really let it affect me, because now this is my full-time career, pays for my bills. I can live very comfortably from it, and I feel like those type of people aren't your friends anyways. And the people that truly care about you and want to support you will always support you no matter what. Bray and I are actually headed to Miami next week to go to Art Basel. Our first time in Miami was last year for the same thing. We had so much fun. Last year we fell in love with Miami. Also, Bert and I don't really do gifts anymore. We've been together now for almost, actually we just hit 9 years. We also just bought a house together. Like, we just don't really do gifts like that anymore. But I did pick up a couple of things for him. If you guys want to see like a gift guide, things that I would recommend, things that I bought Brandon over the years, let me know if you want to see an updated one. For everyday makeup looks, I also recently have been just throwing on a little bit of foundation because it is like a really quick step to do, especially if you have a foundation that matches you really well. The Luminous Silk is one of my favorites. Just washed my sponge, but it's been sitting on the floor, so that's great. I also don't know what it is. It's finally been cooling down in LA, but my hair has been getting so oily so fast, so I feel like I've only been able to last like 2 days between my showers. But my skin and my lips have been so chapped, like nonstop. I saw this one TikTok recently where this girl was talking about how life in general is hard. And I forget what the quote was, but she was like, you know what's even harder? Being broke. Going to the gym is hard, but you know what's harder? Being ugly. So would you rather be ugly and broke or fit and wealthy? And no matter what, life is hard, but moral of the story is to choose what hard you want to deal with. And I just thought it was so funny because when I was struggling with money, that was always a big motivation for me, because obviously if you have money, it gives you so many more opportunities. It gives you freedom, comfort, stability. I feel like so many times you have to settle because of that. And like, I knew I didn't want to live back home with my parents, and that's why I always worked so many jobs throughout college, because I just knew I didn't want to settle, and having money and having that stability was really important to me. It would bring me like that sort of freedom. Whenever I don't want to go to the gym or I'm feeling like unmotivated, I just think about like how many more opportunities having more money would have. And like, obviously it's easy to stay home and be lazy, watch TV and spend hours on TikTok, but like being able to have the freedom to do whatever you want and not have to like report to anybody, for me, not have to live with my parents and deal with my mom every day, like that freedom was so worth working all of the extra jobs and hustling for so long. Another trick for quick makeup looks is to allow the concealer to really marinate for a second, because I feel like you just get a little bit more coverage that way. And also using a brush. This brush here from Hourglass is one of my favorites. It's kind of like fluffy, but it also has an angle, so it really allows me to get under there and blend really easily without like losing a lot of coverage. And then to help blend, I'm gonna go back in with this foundation brush. I had my first ever dinner party here because we had our dining room set that finally came in, and it was so much fun. I had some girlfriends come over and each girl brought over a little dish. I made a charcuterie board, and I'm in my hosting era, so all I want for Christmas is like serving plates, trays, platters, candles, candle holders, any like hosting things. I also need to go pick up a carafe as well. I'm back to using this Givenchy setting powder, and I feel like I have such oily skin that I can't get away with not baking. And I used to bake with my same beauty blender sponge that I would blend my makeup with, but using a powder puff just gives me a more smooth application. So I have my favorite ones from Amazon that I'll link down below, but this one from Beauty Blender is also really good. I think I want to go back to the eyes. This is the best mascara ever. I always talk about this duo right here. It's my favorite. I also haven't really done any Christmas shopping yet. I picked up a lot of things for myself actually during Black Friday. We picked up some new bedding and we got the frame TV, but I feel like I just wasn't seeing as many good deals. But I finally picked up some Brooklinen bedding, which I'm excited to try, and there's this brand called Quince that I've been getting a lot of ads for, so I'll try it out. I also, whenever I get mascara smears on my eyelid, I'll just use my same eyeshadow brush, and you can kind of like pat it away pretty easily. We are also going back to Seattle for Christmas. We always go every year, and then this year we're making a stop in New York for New Year's Eve. That was a pretty good wing. This is the Makeup by Mario eyeliner stick. I used a pencil eyeliner for the first layer of my eyeliner, which really helps me to get a smudged out look, and it almost gives you like a base to work with. So now when I go on with liquid, it's super easy for me. Let's dust off this bake. And you can see my under eyes just look so much brighter. And then I've been using cream blush on top of the powders to really help warm up the skin. Sometimes when I bake, it could look a little bit too powdery. And doing a cream blush on top just really helps to warm up the skin and make it look a little bit more natural and like lived in. And this product here is from Persona Cosmetics. I love the color. It's in the shade Teddy. That looks really pretty. I feel like the finishing look is adding a little bit more of this e.l.f. in my inner corner. And then I'm gonna blend it out. It's like kind of on my under eye. See from like that angle, looks so pretty. Okay, now I feel like I need to add a little bit of definition to my nose and the nose contour. It's been such a quick and easy thing, and I used to skip this all the time, but it really does make such a difference. And I have this like little angled brush. I'm almost like stamping it down the bridge of my nose, bringing it in a little bit tighter than my actual nose so that we get like a really pinched effect. I also have Pilates class tomorrow morning, which I'm really excited about. I've been really bad about working out, and ever since Brad and I moved, we don't have a sauna anymore, so we want to get one again because it's nice to get a good sweat in but not have to do like much effort. So I haven't been going to the gym, haven't been sauning, so Pilates has been kind of like my favorite thing to do lately. And I just like that you can go in, no thoughts, and the instructor tells you what to do. She kind of like kills us, but it helps like maintain the leanness and abs, you know. In this foundation brush just to help soften some of the lines. Now powder bronzer just to help contour. MAC Spice lip liner, I've been loving this. I'm gonna take just a little bit more of this bronzer and run it underneath my eyes. To make this like a true everyday look, you could low-key just like skip the sparkles. I'm gonna take the same angled brush from earlier and just kind of like extend the lower lash line. Finishing touches, I'm gonna use this Bobbi Brown cream eyeshadow stick. It's in a really light color, and I'm just gonna use that to highlight my nose. We're gonna neutralize lips a little bit with this Dior lip gloss. And I did do my eyebrows beforehand, and I feel like I've done it a lot lately in my last few videos, so if you want to see an updated tutorial on that or more in-depth on anything else I did, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna quickly finish up the hair and I'll be right back. Okay, I just did a little braid and added some ribbons to my hair. I feel like this would be cute with a little winter outfit. I also added a coat of like brown mascara, which really helps to kind of like complete the eyes, I feel like. But look is almost done. I'm gonna go back in with this Dalba First Spray Serum. You could see here it's now gotten into its 2 different layers, so you just give it a little bit of a shake and we'll give it a light mist all over, or a heavy mist to bring the glow back. And this is the finished look. I'll link all the products down below. I'll link the serum. It's definitely a must try. I'm always about skincare first, makeup second. This helped the products to apply so smoothly and quickly. I didn't even have to think about skin products, patchiness, or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and link this product down below and the rest of the products that I use for the look as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thought it'd be fun to try something new. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.